My name is Cristin Siebert. I'm the Director of Student Affairs at Yale's Jackson Institute for Global Affairs. I just participated in a webinar at the Institute for European Studies at VUB, at which I talked about general opportunities for being able to present a fulbright-schuman successful application to be able to study in the United States or research in the United States, particularly at APSIA member schools. APSIA is the Association of Professional Schools of International Affairs. It's an association of 34 34 full members and approximately 34 associate members of schools of international affairs in the United States, Europe, and Asia. Well, with APSIA schools, you really have a guaranteed level of quality. These are schools that have been scrutinized for their programs, their faculty. They're really the top schools in their, in the United States, Europe, and Asia in terms of international affairs specifically. So anybody interested in international relations, political science, history, economics, anything related to the international, fields that relate to the international relations sector are really going to find the top-notch schools through APSIA. Generally, I would say APSIA schools are looking for people in, I would say, their mid-20s. Usually we like people with some professional experience. I would say the average age is about anywhere from 25 to 27 in most of our schools. We want people who are really open-minded to the interdisciplinary experience. Again, it's not a single profile, so it's people from several disciplines. But that are looking for careers in the public sector, private sector, or nonprofit, but who are really passionate about being in the international affairs field. So the candidate profile I just described is the profile for our professional two-year master's degrees at APSIA schools. But in addition, APSIA schools are a great resource for PhD and postdoc candidates who are looking to identify faculty and other scholars in the United States, essentially to study with. APSIA schools are going to have phenomenal faculty and researchers that could be a point of contact for PhD and postdoc candidates here in Europe. I think one way to reach out for postdoc and PhD students to reach out to APSIA school faculty are simply to look for points of contact, visit the websites of the relevant departments, the relevant schools, and see what faculty are doing. And if faculty are doing research in areas that are of interest to you, in general, faculty are open to an email, of inquiry. In addition, I would say people really need to reach out to their own local resources here. Who are they already studying with? And find out what contacts they have in the United States. Most faculty these days really have contacts all over the world, so definitely we'll have research colleagues in the United States. The Jackson Institute for Global Affairs is specifically geared towards a master's degree. I would say generally at Yale, postdocs and visiting researchers at Yale are going to be associated with the Macmillan Center. And they're really doing any number of research topics. I mean, anywhere from specifically EU studies. There's something, Yale has a program on democracy. There's international security studies, global health initiatives. So really, it runs the gamut. There are a wide variety of opportunities. I would just like to say specifically about the Jackson Institute for Global Affairs at Yale. It's a two-year professional master's degree, and it's really it's a highly individual, intimate program. We're a small program which allows students to take advantage of the resources across Yale University. Students form an individualized concentration, so a concentration of their making, essentially. 3/4 of the courses are the students' own choosing that they take not only with Jackson Institute professors, but professors from the law school and all the professional schools, business, public health, forestry and environmental studies. And that gives students an opportunity not only to study with faculty from across the university, but with students from across the university and practitioners from really all over the world. Jackson students have opportunities to study with senior fellows that are former ambassadors, not only from the United States, but from Europe, former heads of banks in their respective countries, journalists from important newspapers. So you're studying with top-notch faculty as well as really amazing senior fellows practitioners from the real world, let's say. So Yale's Jackson Institute for Global Affairs is a member of APSIA. We frequently come to Europe as part of APSIA recruitment fairs, so we would love to meet with you and talk about our program when we are in Europe at one of our fairs. So you can look up the fair schedule at www.apsia.org, and we would love to see you there.